Well, a report has claimed that the captain of an Air India Phuket-Delhi flight tested positive for psychoactive substances in a post-flight dope test. The flight reportedly experienced severe turbulence on August 4th, with the aircraft losing around 300 feet in altitude and passengers and crew members suffering injuries. The test was reportedly conducted after the aircraft landed in New Delhi. However, Air India has said that the results have not been shared with the airline and it is therefore not in a position to comment. The DGCA is investigating the turbulence incident, while Air India says that it conducts regular drug testing of crew members as part of civil aviation compliance. Well, Atul, this is a big report that has claimed that the captain of an Air India Phuket-Delhi flight has now tested positive for psychoactive substances.
Quite a huge development, given the fact that there were already questions regarding the conduct of the pilots, following several accounts from affected passengers of the Phuket-Delhi Air India flight of the 4th August. Now, what we're given to understand is that the captain, who was subsequently after landing, was subjected to a dope test. The results of that have come positive. However, Air India or the DGCA is yet to respond to those reports. However, Air India has in fact confirmed that the captain was indeed subjected to a dope test following arrival at the New Delhi airport, but they have not certainly accepted or denied the reports that the captain has indeed tested positive for a dope test. Now, this is quite crucial given the fact, as I mentioned, several of the passengers and their account clearly indicated that while passengers, in fact injured passengers, were repeatedly requesting about diverting the flight to a nearby airport, which could have possibly been Varanasi or Lucknow, given the route, but the captain allegedly denied landing to a nearby airport, and instead asking passengers to stay calm because New Delhi would offer them better treatment, is what the passengers account. They claim that the pilots also certainly said these aspects, and pilots also were attributed quotes like video mat banao, hamare liye acha nahi hai, aapke liye acha nahi hai, don't make videos, this is neither good for you neither for us. So all these kind of statements that were attributed by several passengers of the Air India flight, that has certainly raised question about was there any deliberate attempt by the captain to underplay the whole incident, given the fact that diverting to a nearby airport could have certainly raised the profile of the incident, could have raised more eyebrows and could have gotten more attention. So was there a deliberate attempt right from the beginning to underplay the whole incident, given the fact that a number of passengers were severely injured? In fact, 17 passengers, including 4 crew members, were severely injured. And in fact, as I speak right now, while all the passengers have been discharged after treatment, the 4 crew members continue to receive treatment even today, and some of them have suffered serious injuries to their spinal cord as well as to their pelvic area. So certainly the questions were being raised about conduct of the captain and the decision making of that, and this particular dope test result, if it gets confirmed, certainly more questions and more investigations would follow. As of now, the DGCA has obviously placed the aircraft to the hangar, and the investigation is on in this matter. Cockpit voice recorder and the black box of the whole incident of the aircraft in fact has been secured, and DGCA has continued investigation in this matter. But certainly it reminds of an incident that happened in 2012,
right.
Quite a similar incident where a flight from Delhi to Shanghai in 2012 was also met media turbulence, and then the captain did not choose to divert to a nearby airport, and then the DGCA investigation followed, and the 2 pilots were grounded later on. So similar incident seems to be unfolding here as well.
All right, thank you so much, Atul, for all that information. We are now shifting our focus towards Assam.